Alongside on row 9, Abdullah Al-Rahawi starting on the inside from Oman, and Jacob Sandor starting on the 9th row of the grid as well. And Jacob comes from Slovakia. On the 10th row of the grid, we got Joshua Collings and Nicola Pico. And Nicola Pico went great guns in his home race in the Euro Challenge last month, the 4th and final round of the Euro Challenge. He made it onto the podium. It's the only time he'd been out in the Euro Challenge. It's not quite gone so well for him here, but Nicola has shown turns of speed in practice that suggest he might come forward through the order as well. On row 11, we've got Julian Fongweiji from Singapore. Jack Bartholomew, the British driver, another that stepped up from juniors and is a quick driver, but hasn't quite had things go his way so far this weekend. And then on row number 12, we've got Vincent Fraise from France, Josh Price, who finished 4th in this year's junior Euro Rotax Challenge, and he's still learning the kart, learning the front brakes, learning the setup with the engine and so forth. But Josh will be hoping to squeeze a bit more speed out of that kart today from the 12th row of the grid. Luke Varley, who's had a strong year in the Euro Challenge, is going to be starting on row 13 with Maxim Kim from Russia. Row 14, Reese Mallion and Xavier Pozzoli. Now, Xavier Pozzoli in kart number 305 was second fastest in warm-up this morning. The only driver quicker than him was the driver that's on pole, Connor Jupp. So Xavier Pozzoli from the 14th row on the grid, from 28th on the grid, if he's got that sort of speed, again, he should be coming through the order. 15th row of the grid, Ryo Haruka from Japan, Philip Valenza, and the 16th row of the grid, Lucas Blaskowski and Julian Falchero. So 32 karts lined up. This is going to be a 9-lap race, and they're on the second of their green flag laps now. Just getting a bit of heat into the tyres and brakes, which won't take too long because we've got very mild, very warm conditions here today. The sun is now constantly out. And I haven't seen the latest temperature readings, but I guess it's in the low 20s now, the temperature. Fairly clear skies around, and we set fair, ready for the first race of the weekend then for the senior category in this Rotax International Open here in Zuera in Spain. Welcome to you if you've just tuned in watching online. Don't forget you can get involved with the commentary. Send us a message on Twitter, any messages of good luck. We'll try our best and read them out, and drivers and teams here hopefully will hear the messages. Coming through turn 9 then, ready to start the race. Hopefully first time around. Connor Jupp is in kart 266. He's on the inside. Jay Najjar with the silver and red helmet is on the outside in kart 332. And they're being sent round again. It's not going to be a first time start. So a little bit too quick that, a little bit too spread out. So a false start, and they'll be sent around again. Very high quality at the front of this field. You've got Connor Jupp, who has proven to be very quick this season in the Euro Challenge. Jay Najjar has been very successful in the juniors. Jordan Chamberlain, who we know about his successes in Europe in years gone by. And you've got Max Aitken, who's in seniors these days, but has come up through the junior ranks, and he's a strong competitor. And on the third row of the grid, Rupert Markkinen, who's been very successful in his home country in Finland, and Ed Brand, who's been very successful in the UK and in European competition for the last 2 or 3 years. So very strong front half of the grid there. Connor Jupp didn't get the results he would have liked by and large in Europe, but he had a pretty good season in the UK, finished in the top 10, finished in 9th place in the Super 1 Championships. And he leads them round now, hopefully ready for the restart. He's just about to make his way through turn 7 into the left-hander at turn 8, and then the right-hander at turn 9. Well, I bunched them up nicely now, ready for the start of the race. He's in the red and white race suit. He's in kart number 266. Alongside him, and the Tony Kart colours the green and white race suit, but the red and silver helmet, or red and chrome helmet, is Jay Najjar, number 332. And then Jordan Chamberlain with the orange and white helmet on the inside, starting in third, and with the distinctive green helmet, Max Aitken, 4th on the grid. 9-lap race then. This time they look very well bunched up, and this time it's a start. So here we go into the first corner. Connor Jupp's got the lead of the race straight away, And I think Jordan Chamberlain has followed him through. So Jay Nijar, a little bit hung out to dry there from the outside line, trying to battle his way back up, and a couple of carts making contact. Want to slip further back down the order there. It might be Chamberlain that's dropped back 4 or 5 places as they came out through turn 2. There's been a bit of carnage at turn 2 as well. At the back of the pack, we've got 4 carts that have come together and are just rejoining now. So lots of drama at the back of the field, but Connor Jupp leading the way. It's Ed Brand that's come through into second position. Max Aitken is up there in third place right behind him. So an excellent start for Ed Brand from 6th on the grid to get himself straight up into second place. Max Aitken holding his own there in third position. Chamberlain did make a good start, but he is the one that's dropped back a bit after a bit of bumping and boring down at the second turn. The first time they hit the brakes. Connor Jupp then goes right, then left, this swooping section. And Max Aitken looking very quick through this section, closing up to the tail of Ed Brand in second place. Through turn number 9 they come, and accelerating onto the start-finish line. Through they come at the end of the first lap then. Connor Jupp leads. Brand is second. Max Aitken is in third place. There's about to be a change for fourth position, I think, with Markkanen and Faria going side by side. Markkanen has got his nose in front, so Markkanen goes up to fourth place. Faria is down into fifth position. And then we've got into sixth place, Jess Batman. So Jessica Batman's picked up sixth position. Jordan Chamberlain, seventh. Initially, I think, got up to second place very briefly, but he's down in seventh place after that bit of jostling down at the second turn. Max Aitken and Ed Brand have now both got ahead of Connor Jupp as they come back into my sight. So that, I think, was down at turn 3. Connor Jupp from first to third. So it's now Ed Brand that leads the way. Max Aitken, though, he's about to lose second place. Connor Jupp's gone up the inside of him and got the place back. Adam Glear has come into the pits with a problem in kart 330, I'm afraid. That might have been one of the karts involved in that foray up at the first or the second corner on the first lap. So Brand leads. Connor Jupp back to second place. Max Aitken there in third position. Then Markkanen and Faria still fourth and fifth towards the end of the lap. Through they come, ready to start the third lap of the race. Top 3 together, and Faria coming under a bit more pressure now from Jay Nijar, who's come back up into sixth place. And Jay Nijar's fired one at the inside here. He's gone to fifth, he's gone to fourth, and going off wide is Markkanen. So brave move that from Jay Nijar on the way into turn 2. He launched one at the inside of 2 karts, and he went from 6th to 4th, and Markkanen had to get off the road to get out of his way. As we see the top 2 now jostling, and a change of lead once again. It's completed on the way into turn 4. Connor Jupp started the move at turn 3. He's got the lead back as they go into the left-hander through turn 4. That sweeping left-hander you can see on your screen there. That's them coming into turn 6, this tight hairpin, with now Connor Jupp back in the lead of the race. Ed Brand in second. Max Aitken with the green helmet is there in third position. And then a big gap back to fourth place. Now, is that still Jay Nijar in fourth, or has he slipped back a little bit more? Again, he's certainly in that group. Let's have a look when they come back round into my sight. But it's changing and changing all the time in that second group of karts. Keeps changing for the lead of the race as well. And Ed Brand's going to get a tow here, a slipstream, but he can't find a way through into turn 1. He might have a look on the way to turn 2, but he's coming under pressure from Max Aitken as well. The top 3 are tied together, but there's no change at turn 2. Ed Brand looks over his shoulder. Max Aitken can't find a way through there. He might have a go on the way into turn 3. No, he can't get through there either. So it remains Connor Jupp in the lead. Second place, Ed Brand. Max Aitken piling on the pressure, though, in third position. Ed Brand certainly got the toe going down the start-finish straight, but because they don't break into that first corner, there was no way of him slipstreaming and out-braking the race leader. So he just had to sit behind him through turn 1 and hold on to it. Jordan Chamberlain has fought his way back up to fourth place. Faria is fifth, and Jay Nijar's gone back down to sixth position. So Jordan Chamberlain in the blue race suit starting to come after that group. There he is. The blue race suit going through in fourth place. He's broken away from Faria in fifth. Nijar is sixth. Brown is 7th, Collins is 8th, Markkanen's down to 9th after his trip on the grass, Al Rahawi 10th, Jess Batman has slipped down to 11th place. Across the line they go side by side, and Ed Brand this time's got the inside line. Max Aitken follows him through. Nothing Connor Jupp can do about that, and now Max Aitken's going to go for the lead of the race on the way into turn 2. He picks off Ed Brand, and he goes from third to first in the bat of an eye. So back into the lead goes Max Aitken. Connor Jupp back down the inside into turn 3 ahead of Ed Brand. So it's changed again, and Ed Brand down to third position. Max Aitken coming under all sorts of pressure from Connor Jupp here. He's trying to squeeze up the inside luck as they go through the left-hander at turn 4, and you can see they're now being joined by the next 2 karts in fourth and fifth. They've caught up here. So Chamberlain and Nijar, in fact it's Nijar ahead of Chamberlain now, isn't it? So Nijar into this group in 4th place. Chamberlain there in 5th position, the top 5 together, led by Max Aitken as he makes his way through into turn number 7. Aitken leads with the green helmet, then with the red and black helmet. Najjar trying to get away past Connor jumping into 4th place. Can't do it. So it's going to be, at the end of this lap, Aitken from Brand. 3rd is Jupp, 4th is Najjar, 5th is Chamberlain. He's just off that group. And the next 2 carts battling away are Cameron Brown and Rupa Markkanen battling over 6th position. And change is there. Yes, Ed Brand's gone through at turn number 2. He's moved ahead this time of Max Aitken. Connor Jupp still in 3rd position. Through the right-hander at turn number 3 they go. This sort of diagonal link straight back up into this left-hander at turn number 4. Through they come. 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th and 5th all running together. And the next group of 5 or 6 are catching them up as well. We've had 5 laps complete, so we're into the second half of the race here. More than halfway through the race. And that lead group is being reeled in by everybody else now. So they could do with working together and getting on with it here. Somebody kicks up the dust through turn 6 from the middle of the pack, but everybody's still on the road. We've lost Lesoudier, Melion, Hiruka and Valenza. They're the 4 that have dropped out of the race early on. Everybody else still running there. We've got 28 carts in the mix. Glear went into the pits but went back out. So Glear is 2 laps down in 28th place. And here come the lead group. Brand, Aitken and Jupp. And Aitken gets through on the way into turn 2. Connor Jupp is going to try and follow him through. Ed Brand hangs on around the outside and makes sure that he only loses 1 place. You've got Chamberlain back ahead of Najjar now for 4th position as well, coming into this group. Najjar tries to fire one up the inside through turn 3. I think he's failed to do that. And look at this, Ed Brand trying to hang on around the outside to 2nd place. Connor Jupp gets up the inside on this 7th lap of the race. 2 to go at the end of this one. Max Aitken leads. Jupp's gone through into 2nd. Ed Brand couldn't fend him off, so he's down to 3rd position. Chamberlain is 4th. Najjar is in 5th place. Jordan Chamberlain now trying to come into the mix. He had a lunge up the inside into turn 6. That didn't work. Is that Najjar that's gone wide coming out of turn 6? I think it is. So Jay Najjar loses 5 or 6 places as a result of that. At the head of the field, we've still got Aitken leading the race. Max Aitken from Connor Jupp. 3rd is Ed Brand. 4th is Jordan Chamberlain, who had a lunge to try and get up into position. And I think that was what caused Najjar to go off the road. It certainly put him off his line, and through he went onto the grass. So where is that Jay Najjar going to come through? Well down the order in this race. 2 laps to go. 7 laps complete. Aitken still at the head of the field. Brand has gone back to 2nd. Connor Jupp in 3rd position. And Jay Najjar coming through in 18th place. He lost even more places than I'd imagined there. So down to 18th place for Jay Najjar. I think he probably lost more places as he tried to get up to pace. So Aitken leading the way. Brand on his tail in 2nd. Connor Jupp is there in 3rd position. Jordan Chamberlain has just lost 4th place to the recovering Rupa Markkanen. So Markkanen back up in the white helmet, the green cart up into 4th place. MPT racing driver, I think he was down in 9th place at the end of the first lap, so he's fought his way back very well indeed. Remember, it's his first time in seniors. He's been in juniors for most of the year in Finland. And the Finnish junior champion, trying to get himself up into the top 3 now. Max Aitken and Ed Brand, the top 2, have just begun to break away from everybody else as they start the 9th and final lap of the race. Through they come. Drivers being whirled on by mechanics and friends and family over the wall as through they go. Max Aitken with something like 0.3 of a second advantage over Ed Brand, and Markkanen's gone through into 3rd. Chamberlain through into 4th position. Connor Jupp has slipped back a couple of places, down to 5th place, I think. So down to 5th position for him. He's got Faria, Smelt and Brown on his tail as well. They are 6th, 7th and 8th, but Soli is 9th. And Collins, Joshua Collins from 19th on the grid, is up into the top 10. Half a lap to go then for the race leader, Max Aitken, coming under more and more pressure from Ed Brand. There's going to be a change for 4th place as well. Connor Jupp has just got back up the inside of Jordan Chamberlain on the way through turn 6. Chamberlain almost about to lose another place, but he fends him off, so he stays in the top 5 just about. Max Aitken leads. Right on his tail, coming through the final couple of corners though, is Ed Brand. Ed, I think, is going to struggle to find a way through into the final turn. It might be a dash for the flag, but I think Max Aitken has got this one sorted out. So through they come. The checkered flag awaits, and the first win of the day in seniors goes to Max Aitken. He takes the checkered flag. Ed Brand in 2nd place. Great recovery drive from Rupa Markkanen all the way from 9th at the end of the first lap. He finishes in 3rd place. Connor Jupp was up and down the order, battling performance as ever from Connor, but he comes home 4th in the end. Jordan Chamberlain, likewise in 5th place there, tried a few moves, not all of them worked. But 5th position for Jordan Chamberlain, and Sam Smelt in that second group of karts, which really reeled in the leaders, worked very hard to get himself up the order. And in the end, Sam coming home in a very good 6th position. So Sam Smelt in the number 333 kart coming through into 6th place. He started the race in 16th, so he gained 10 places in that race. 7th position went to Jose Pedro Ferreira. Happily seems to have got his kart sorted out after the warm-up problems. In 8th place was Puzzoli, Xavier Puzzoli. I thought he might come through. He certainly did. 28th on the grid. The French driver finished 8th. So excellent drive by Xavier Puzzoli from 28th to 8th. 20 places gained. There you can see the results on screen if you're watching online. In 9th place was Cameron Brown. In 10th place was Oliver Myers. Joshua Collins making some progress in 11th position. 12th place, Luke Varley. Abdullah Al-Rahawi 13th. Jay Najjar, who was, don't forget, 2nd on the grid, was bumped out of the way on the first lap, then fought his way back up onto the fringes of the top 3, and then bumped back down the order again, it seemed. He was 18th with a lap to go, but he made a few up at the end, so he was 14th in the end, Jay Najjar, but he'll be disappointed with that and frustrated, I'm sure. Jakob Sandor 15th. Josh White was in 16th place, and Lucas Bartosuk coming home in 17th place. Just 0.2 of a second between Max Aitken and Ed Brand as they crossed the line. Look, there's the rest of the runners. Julien Fongwiji from Singapore was 18th. Nicolas Picot, the French driver, in 19th. Maxim Kim, the Russian, in 20th place for the VPDR team. And then in 21st, Julian Falciaro. 22nd, Lucas Blaskovsky. 23rd was Glenn Rupp. 24th, Vincent Fraise. 25th for Josh Price. 26th for Jack Bartholomew. Danny 27th in the end was Jessica Batman. She must have been in the wars somewhere. She finished a couple of laps down, but Jess had got up to 6th place at one point. So again, somebody with a disappointing result there. 28th was Adam Gleer. He was in the pits early on in the race, don't forget, so he lost a number of laps as a result of that, but did at least finish the race. In 29th was Jeremy Lesoudier. In 30th was Reese Mallion. At 31st, Roya Haruko. 32nd, Philippe Valencia. Although those last 4 drivers didn't make it to the checkered flag. They were 9 laps down. They retired at the end of the first lap. So 27 out of the 32 drivers finishing the race. Again, somebody not up at the sharp end was somebody that got the fastest lap of the race. So Oliver Myers was the one who got the fastest lap of the race in that with a 63.673. So trouble is he's stuck in the midfield now.